Who's on, man? Oh well. Looks like one person. I guess that might be. There we go. Who's that? MG Tow Life. Hey man, what's going on, man? Figured I just. Hey, what's up, Alan? Can you guys hear me all right? I got this fan going in the background. Hey, what's up, D-Cycle? Hey, look, guys. I just kind of thought maybe I'd give a little reality show of what it's really like in my garage. You know, no editing and no all the other stuff that makes you look a lot cooler than what you really are. So, anyway, can you guys hear me okay with this fan going? Nothing? How's the reception? Perfect? Alright, hey, what's up, JC Cycles? Hey, man, you can hear me? Oh, man, wow, look at all the comments. Hey, okay, guys. Well, look, you guys are commenting so fast, I can't keep up with you, but I'll try to keep up the best I can. So, look, this is what it's really like in my garage, without the editing and all the other stuff that makes me look a whole lot cooler than what I really am. You know, I'm really a goofball. But what I'm doing right now is I went ahead and, as you guys saw that video, some of you saw my last video about Al Ghosh. I don't know hope I didn't butcher your name, Al. Well, in case you just tuned in, I'm doing a little real life video of what it's really like in my garage, apart from all the editing. So anyway, as I was saying, if you guys saw any of my excuse me, if you guys saw my last video where I tested out the Mikuni carburetor on the Tramp, of course I embellished the video a little bit, but I'll tell you what, it ran pretty good. But I've got the Mikuni put back on the Softail, and the carburetor that I pulled off of the Softail, the CV, I'm going to put it on the Tramp. So I modified this carburetor for this Softail, but apparently I modified it according to as I thought the Softail. So it's in a hot rod condition, so I'll put a hot rod carburetor on there. So, but I'm going to take this carburetor and I'm going to put it on the Tramp. I'm not going to put it on tonight. I'm just going to go through it a little bit. I modified it to be a real responsive carburetor, but I'm getting it ready to put on the Tramp. So, but that's it. And anyway, I just figured might let you guys come along. And one of the things I did, this is the bowl off the carburetor, and this little tower right here is a piece of brass. Whenever you hit your throttle, most of you guys have fuel injected stuff. But anyway, there's a little rod that pushes down here on this little diaphragm that shoots gas out of this little throttle. It goes right down the venturi. So whenever you open that, when you open up that butterfly on that CV, it shoots a little fuel down there. But what I did on that tower, you probably can't see it. I took a file and there's a little hole right there, and I beveled the edge of it, kind of give it a better spray as it goes in, so it'll atomize a whole lot better. Anyway, because one of the things I did, if you can hold on a second, this is the stuff I usually edit out of my videos, all the stuff where I fumble around. One of the things I did was, let's see here. Yeah, this is another parts of a CV carb. One of the things that I did on this carb is that this slide that goes up and down like this, I polished it real good. I filed the edges with I pulled the slide out and I filed the edges with the slide. I filed the edges of the slide, beveled them pretty good, and took some steel wool and polished it real good. So sometimes on these CVs, these slides will hang up a little bit. So that's what I did to this one. And I'm pretty sure I souped this thing up pretty good. I got the idea from a guy on YouTube, and I can't remember his name. But when I'm done with this video, I'll go ahead and put the link of the video that I saw that gave me this idea down in the description below later on. I've never done a live video. I don't know if you can do that, but oh, holy crap, 55 people are watching this. Wow, so that's what it's like to have 55 people standing in the door of my garage watching me fumble around with tools. That's pretty cool. Anyway, but that's what I'm doing. One of the things I'm going to do though with this carb, it has this right here is your main, and your auto jet is down inside of there. And right now this thing has a main jet of about 180. I've been running a 175 on the Tramp, and I think it has a 45 slow jet, so I think I'm going to up it to a 48, and like what's on the Tramp. So anyway, I've got a bunch of jets here to choose from. See what I want to use, you know. And I got one extra one that came in the mail that I'm probably not going to use. It's a little bigger than what I wanted to use. So anyhow, I'm sorry I can't keep up with you guys so fast. Wow, these freaking comments are nuts. I love your videos, awesome. Thank you, Clinton Dean. Austin Brown, you said, I missed it, man. Okay, 55 people standing in the doorway. Yeah, I know, it's pretty funny, Austin, ain't it? Hey, what's up, Joe? Hey, you guys go check out Joe Thompson's channel, man. Now I won't say he plays with, but he builds model cars, and he does a pretty good job of them, man. If he takes pictures of them, when he takes pictures of them and puts them on Facebook, they look like they're the real deal. He had me fooled a couple of times. I thought that was the real deal. But yeah, check out Joe Thompson's page, man, or his channel. You can lighten up the spring pressure and slide and remove. Yeah, I did that, Charles, right? I actually took one of the things I did, I took the spring out and I cut 1 revolution of a ring out of the spring. So it would actually move a whole lot faster, yeah. I mean, this carburetor will be a very good success on the Tramp, I'm pretty sure, because it's, you know, it's a stock motor, that is. I hope it is, you know. Anyway, I hope it's a stock motor because it's the second motor I put in that frame. I built the first motor to be stock, but this one has a little bit more get up and go than the first motor. So no doubt I'm going to be going inside that motor. I'll find out if it's a 1200 or an 883. So, hey, what's up, Paul? Cheers from Austin, Texas. Yeah, Austin, I love the Texas thing back in the spring, man, over New Braunfels, man. I love the hill country of Texas, man. You know, if I moved anywhere in the United States, if I had to choose, I would go to Texas. I love that area. I love the hill country area. Watching from Nova Scotia. Thanks, Ron. Hard time paying attention to what I'm doing. Reading you guys. So glad you guys are here. Get those bikes ready for the MMM. Bikes, well, I've only got one ready for the MMM. I can only run one bike at a time, Tony. But the Softail is ready to go. I put that, Tony, when I put that Mikuni back on the Softail today, I rode it. I test rode it, and I realized I got some stuff to get used to. You know, my driveway and my ground is like grass and sand mostly, and that thing wanted to spin the wheel all the way up to the road, man. So it's either give it some gas and spin the wheel, or try to not spin the wheel and then stall because I'm not getting enough gas. So anyway, it's for what it is, an 80-inch Evo motor, and golly, you guys move so fast. Northern Minnesota, wow. People all over the world. Hey, in England or UK or whichever part you're from. Ohio, cool. Keep up the good work. Thanks. Can't see you. Oh well. Anyway, you can stick your finger on the chat and it will stop. Well, I know people got questions. Hey Joe, it's my first time. I haven't done this before. Okay. If I don't see your comment, it's because I'm paying attention to this now. But right now, this thing has a main jet of about a 180. I think that's probably a bit much for an 883. I'm going to go with a 175. I know 883s typically come stock from the factory with I think a 165 or 160 or something like that. So a 175 with an air breather and straight pipes, I think that's a bit lean. So I'm going to put a 175. 180 may be a bit much. It's typically what you might find in a stock big twin Evo with air breather and jets. So I think I may have a 175 somewhere in this bag somewhere. And these things are so freaking hard to read because they're so small. So let's see what we got here. That's another 180. That is a 165. That is a, what is that? 185. I need a 175. 205. I think I need a one. If I don't have a 175, I'm gonna try 180 on the tramp anyway. I guess. You know, work with, and if it don't work out, I can just get jets later on. 160. I thought I had a 175. 200. That's a bit big. 195. All right, my last main jet. What are you? 170. I think that's a bit lean. I don't know. I'll tell you guys what. I know how 175 acts on the tramp. Maybe I'll try 180. Maybe I'll really get boogie down the road. After all, that Mikuni made the tramp act like the Incredible Hulk on plutonium. So okay, we'll go with the freaking 180. And this is how it really is in my shop. A lot of the stuff I do, you know, I'm not really the Mr. Miyagi of motorcycling. A lot of the stuff I do is from experience and you know, trial and error, failures and successes, you know. And like a good friend told me one time, all successes are really built on failures. But 185 is not. I mean, 180 is not too big from a 175, I guess. So we'll try it out. You know, we'll try 180. But I definitely want to. Okay, but I know I got a 45. I've got a 45 slow jets down in there, so I think I can put a 48 in there. 48 slow. You know what? I think I got a 48 right here. I might have another Tatro machine experience. Let's see, Razor. There we go. Let's see what we got in here. What we got going on? I know there's something in there. Oh, stupid me, it's inside this cardboard. And there is a razor blade. See, this is the real life in the tramp garage, man. No editing, no music. Just got this noisy fan back here, but I appreciate you guys coming along. All 65 of you so far. There it is. Ah, there we go. Here's a slow jet. I wonder what size it could be. I thought it was something else. We have, 48 main jet. Just what I was looking for. How about that? Let's see. No problem. Okay. Now let's see. So basically what your slow jet does, it is if you have a carbureted motorcycle. And if you do have a carbureted motorcycle, I'm preaching to the choir. But those of you who may want to go backwards like I did, which, more power to you, you know. The slow jet pretty much takes care of all your slow idling underneath 3,000 RPMs. You know, you're just cruising along, stuff like that. Like I said, your main jet, like I was gonna change a little bit ago, it takes care of everything above 3,000 RPM. So when you gun it, that's when your main jet kicks in. So slow jet pretty much takes care of idling and just cruising down the road about 45 miles an hour or 30 miles an hour, stuff like that. When you get on the interstate, that's pretty much whenever your main jet kicks in, or, you know, highways and stuff like that. So I know that the tramp ran like a boss with a 48 main jet in it. So I'm going to put a 48 in this thing with this modified slide and the spring. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to file a little bit on this tower right here to get a little bit of a better spray. Because if this slide opens up real fast, you know, like boom, like that, that's a lot of air coming in all of a sudden. So the more your fuel sprays out, better, the faster it atomizes, the better, and you won't have so much cough back. And so anyhow, so I'm gonna get this 45 out of here. I mean, no, yeah, that's a 45 in there. Wow, I got an audience of 82. 82 people in my garage watching me goof around with this stuff. That's pretty cool. Solid content. Keep people coming back. Thanks, MG Toe Life. Alright. There we go. Let me see if I was right about that. Yep, that's a 45. Put a 48 in there. And what gave me the idea earlier on, I don't know if you saw one of my videos, I talked about it. I had been running a 45 slow jet and a 175 main jet in the Tramp, and a good friend, I guess he's a friend, a good acquaintance, he came to stay the night with me. You guys may follow him. His name is Scotty Caracas, and he's better known as Scooter Tramp Scotty. And he was passing through, he stayed the night at the house with me one time, and we got to talking about things, and got talking about, you know, wrenching and stuff like that. That man is quite the wrench on a lot of things, but of course so, because he's, you know, old enough to be my dad, so he knows some things, you know. Listen to old guys if you're a young guy. They know things that you don't know, and there's a reason. It comes with life experiences. So anyhow, he was telling me, he was asking me about, excuse me. See, these are the kind of things I edit out of my videos where I fumble over my words. He was asking me about my my jet configuration on the Tramp, and I told him I was running a 45 slow and a 175 main. He was convinced I have a 1200 just by how the thing performs. I told him I think it's an 883, but I don't know. I'm going to end up pulling heads off eventually on this thing for another reason, and I'll find out for sure. But he was adamant that I should be running a 48 main, slow jet on that bike. So after he left and went on his way, I happened to have 148 slow jet that I wasn't using, and I put it in the carburetor. That thing ran a boss after that, and so I wanted to keep the Tramp running like a boss. After all, I know this Softail here that the last several videos that you guys have seen or new subscribers have been about this 94 Heritage Tail. You know, the bike that I primarily ride is a Sportster chopper that I built from the ground up. You know, this bike here is Evo. I bought it for me and my wife, and to do rides and road trips and stuff like that. But the bike I primarily ride when I'm by myself, I ride that Sportster chopper, man. It's called the Tramp. But I know that, never mind, that's a rabbit trail. I'm bad about that. I'm not going to get on that. What do you got? I see. I will go, let's see. I'm still looking for beers. Okay. I like Scotty's videos. Yeah, Scotty's a good dude, man. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Harmarsh2. Tell me if I butchered that. Alright. Now to put this thing, oh shoot. Hold on. What is that? I want to make sure I didn't put the wrong one. Okay, here we go. Okay. I'm going to put this thing in here. Like this. Kind of dull and boring with no music involved, you know? You know, I could have... What's that? I don't have a garage and it sucks. I want to do a hardtail, but I'm worried. But, you know, it depends on what you want to do. It depends on what you're willing to endure. And I tell you what, if you build something with your hands, no matter how uncomfortable it is, at least this is how I'm wired, I want to ride it around the world, even if it... I'm one of these guys that I'll cut off my nose to spite my face, but, you know, there's something rewarding about riding something that you made with your hands everywhere you go. I mean, on top of that, I mean, I can't really explain it with words. You just kind of got to do it, you know? Okay, you said it. Oh, gosh, good job, Michael. Yeah, ads suck. Yeah, I know, they suck, man. I skip through the ads all the time, but and here I am a hypocrite. I got them on my channel now. That's why I like the channel. That's why I like the channel. No music. No music? No music on the channel? I'm talking... Well, okay, anyway. That's cool. Anyhow, I could have sworn that I had another 175 main jet somewhere, but I guess I didn't do that. I have a couple of 185s and a 180. I guess I need to invest in a 175. But then again, if I plan on doing that, Edward. Set up Patreon. I want to find out more about that. You know, and where was I? Anyway, I done lost my train of thought. But I'm going to get this thing. I guess I'll try the Tramp out with the. I already know how it's going to act with the 48 main jet. I mean idle jet. I'll find out how it does with the 180. Hope it don't flood it out or anything like that. But if it does, then I'll just go down on the jet. But I'm really interested to see how this thing is going to go. Hold on a second. Here's another thing I always edit out of the videos, the part where I'm looking around for my tools. It takes me a lot longer to fix what I want to fix or do what I want to do because I can't find what I do. I can't find what I need because I'm very disorganized. Hold on a second. Nope. Nope. Let's see, look at that. I think that's probably the one I use. Anyway, if you ride them, learn to fix them. Yeah, I can dig that, man. If you build them, you'll already know how to fix them. So, anyway, I tried to bevel this tower right here, and I tried to bevel this tower a little bit the last time I did this, but I didn't I didn't do too good of a job. So what I'm going to do is, see, there's a little hole right here. Like I said earlier, those of you who have not tuned in, when you hit the throttle, you got to push the rod. It goes down, hits this diaphragm, fuel spurts out of this little rod right here and goes down to Venturi as the slide opens up. But I modified my slide. I'm saying this again, I don't mean to repeat myself, but I know there's people who are just tuning in. I modified my slide to move a whole lot faster, cut my spring. I even shimmed my needle about 60 thousandths, you know. So the faster that slide opens up on the carburetor, the better it will atomize when it needs to. And when I heard you get a better response. But anyway, this idea is not unique to me. I didn't come up with this. I actually saw this on YouTube, and I looked at the thread on the video, and nobody said anything negative about it. Everybody who tried this, it worked perfect for them. Everybody had positive things to say. So I'm going to try this. I wanted to try this on the Softail, but apparently the Softail motor was a bit more of a hot rod motor, and I didn't know it. So I did my investigating and realized this carburetor, the way it was set up, won't be able to deliver to this motor what it requires. So the Mikuni is the way to go on this thing. So anyway, I'm just going to try and file a little bit on this to get a better atomization of fuel. And if I screw it up, hey, you know what? I got another one right here. And what else have I got? And I got some other stuff back there. I got some other parts. It really don't take too much to do this. I just have to make sure. I have to make sure that I get a good bevel when I do this, because I don't want to like really gash this up, which I probably will, because, you know, like I said, all success is built on failure, and I'm not really that good. I'm not the Mr. Miyagi of motorcycle customs. Hold on a sec. This file sucks. Hold on a second. Again, this is other stuff I edit out, but like I said, this is real life in my garage. This is what it's really like. Okay, let's try something else. If I had some more light, it would be better. Hey, maybe this one will work better. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. It didn't seem to do much. I'll try again. So this thing is made of brass, and it should file fairly well. Okay. Let me hit it a little bit better than that, and it ought to do real good after that. There we go. Oh shoot, can't see through it. The lighting in this place sucks. Let's see here. Yeah, I guess that's going to work out. That's quite a bevel in there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's a pretty good bevel right there. So it might give you that whole, when the gas comes out, it should do like that instead of a straight squirt of fuel. But it's a little crooked, so I think it can be straightened up a little bit better than that too. So let's, if I break this being live, you guys know I'm definitely real, man, because I break stuff all the time, but I probably won't. Oh, it budged. Okay. There's a little flat on there. It wasn't exactly parallel with this, so it might work out. I don't know. Let me hit that a little bit better than that. Okay, I guess that's about as good as that's going to get. Like I said, this is the carburetor that I pulled off the Softail that didn't work out. Even though it gave me 7 more miles to the gallon, it was 7 more lean miles to the gallon. Because, like I said, this motor is meant to get up and go. It's got a pretty hot cam in it, and I'm really curious to know what kind of cam it has. And high compression pistons as well. Now, being that it's an Evo, meant to get up and go for an Evo, you guys who are riding M8s or even some 103 twin cams, you know, you'll definitely smoke this motorcycle. But back in the day, in 1994, this thing was the bee's knees of hot rod bikes on the street. So, like I said, most of my yard is sand. My garage is red clay and sand, and this thing, every time I give it gas, it wants to freaking spin the wheel all the way up to the road. If I tried out to spin the wheel, I ended up stalling the darn thing with that Mikuni on there. So I guess I just have to look cool when I'm leaving the house, you know. How cool can you get? You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna put this. Not Mikuni. I'm gonna put this carburetor on the Tramp, and I'm not gonna really film me putting it on, but I guess I'll do a little motor vlog about how it's doing when I go to test ride it. So, but that won't be today. All right. Austin Brown's laughing his ass off. That's pretty funny. What's so funny, man? I can't keep up with the comments. I know what you got. My 65-pointer Fury will cut a donut if you're not careful. Yeah, I don't doubt that, Joe. Oh, man. Got a P.O. box? No, Deagle, I don't, but I will get one eventually. Apparently, I'm going to need one. Already, my freaking email is filling up faster than what I can read it, man. Looking cool leaving the yard. Yeah, it's faster. Joe says it's faster than pickup truck and let you drive. Oh, dang, it's faster than that thing. I remember that truck. How old are y'all? About 42. Oh, Edward Tillotson, 42. I'm 41, so I'm not as young as I was, but I'm not as old as some. Doing great. That's cool. So, go ahead and put this bowl back on. I'll have me a complete carburetor. I'll have to reset my my mixture screw. I think I had it set to about I don't remember. It's been a while. Because when I was trying to set the idle on this thing, I lost count when I was doing it while it was on the bike. I know I had it set out to about 2.5 turns. One of these days I'll put the hearse on your channel. Hey, that'll be cool, Joe. Yeah, a hearse and the Tramp. Almost sounds like the name of a movie, The Hearse and the Tramp. Well, no, not like Lady and the Tramp. Anyway, let's get this thing on here with what little bit of light I've got. Okay. Okay. That should do it. Get my screws back on. I really appreciate all 100 south of Lafayette. Hey, Harley Dave, you ain't far from me. 45. Oh, okay. You're talking about age. I'm thinking about jet size. Let's see. Well, I'm trying to read while I work. Let's see. Well, they went to Purdue for a couple of years. Do you wrench for a living? No, Johnny, I don't. I have a very boring job, man. I work for a winch manufacturing company. It's not too far from where I live, and we build large winches and marine deck equipment for large ships and stuff like that. And what I do, I'm the guy that everybody loves to hate. I'm the quality control guy / safety guy. So it's really trying sometimes, man, because I got to deal with people, and it's not one of my best things to do. The only reason I deal with you guys because you're on my phone right now, so it's not like I really have 109 people standing in my garage, but it's the next best thing, I suppose. But I have to. My job basically is when I'm doing a good job, I'm hurting feelings. So I kind of wish I was wrenching, but at the same time, I knew if I was wrenching for a living, I'd lose my love for doing it, and I would never have time for my things because I'd be, fixing everybody else's stuff, and people would be, impatient and wanting their stuff right away, and I get that, man. I'd want my stuff fixed right away. That's why I fix it and don't wait on nobody else. But I thought about opening up my own business one time called, I was thinking about Saddle Tramp's Garage Customs, but do it for favors for friends and stuff like that. I don't charge them. If they want to give me a donation, that's fine, and I don't ask for anything. I had a good friend one time. I sold him some ape hangers one time because I got a plethora of freaking motorcycle parts, man, that I've accumulated over the years. And this guy, he's a good friend. He had a soft tail, and he had an old '02 Fat Boy, and he wanted to know if I had any ape hangers because he was a tall character. He needed something better than what he had. And I said, yeah, sure, come on, bring your bike over to the house, and I will fit your bike up. Well, not fit, but we'll mock your bike up, see what size ape hangers you want, because I had like 3 or 4 different sets of ape hangers, and we tried it out, and he decided what he wanted, and so I asked me what I wanted for him, and I gave him the price, and he gave me the money, and I told him, now you're gonna have to have longer cables and wiring and throttle cable and brake line and all that stuff too. And he was kind of bummed, he was thinking he was going to have to take it to a shop and pay a lot of money for somebody to fix his own, to set up his bike for ape hangers. And I, just trying to be a good friend. Okay, I'm live again. I was hooking up some handlebars. But anyway, you don't let your friend get ripped off, or not ripped off, but, if you can do them a favor and save them some money, when you have the know-how to help them out. So anyway, I told him, don't go and spend any money on having somebody else install those bars, because that's not a half-hour job, and there's not a shop around that's going to charge less than $80 an hour. So just go out and buy the parts that you need and bring them to my house, leave your bike here, and I'll hook them up. And I didn't ask him to pay me or anything like that. I wasn't expecting any kind of payment. But I worked on the bike, changed the brake line, clutch cable, redid all the wiring, cables, all that stuff, readjusted his carburetor too because it wasn't quite right. And he came at the end of the week when he came to pick up his motorcycle. This is what gave me the idea of opening a business. He handed me a bunch of, well, I'll say a bunch. Relative to me, it was a bunch of money, and then some stuff. I said, dude, I only did this for you because I wanted to, And he said, yeah, but I did this for you because I wanted to. I said, wouldn't it be cool to have a business like that? But I know that business isn't really like that. But I knew that was far from reality in real life, so I decided, I think I'm just going to work on people's bikes for favors. That is if it's within my expertise. And I can't remember. Okay, Deagle, man. Thanks for coming along, man. See you later. Anyway, Quadrajet King, get her done. All right, I'm getting her done. But anyway, that was a long story. But no, I don't wrench for a living. I do something else, and honestly, I wish I was doing something else than what I'm doing, because it's not necessarily a gig I want, but I take what I can get. Honestly, I've been at that place for 12 years, and I'm not going to go too deep into what I would really like to do, because that's just a rabbit trail. But to answer your question, no, I don't. That was a long answer to whoever asked me. That is, I can't remember. Do I wrench for a living? No, I actually wrench because I like to. But apparently, I guess I've got an audience out there that likes to watch me do this. So I guess I'll be doing this for somebody, you know, I guess for viewers. I guess that's cool. I have been laughed at for asking for a price on eggs for my Honda. Oh, that sucks, John. Man, tell them guys to go piss on it, man, and you know, that sucks, man. You know, your bike is your bike and you do what you want to do with your bike. You know? What stand? Joe says, what stand? I don't know what stand. Oh, you're probably talking to somebody. YouTube for a living, is it? Missed that one. Let me see if I can scroll back. There we go. YouTube for a living soon at this rate. Yeah, that would be kind of cool, Holland. Fertig, no bull. Saddle Champ, give me a Harley Davidson for my birthday. I already did that, man. That's pretty funny. First time I'm watching live. Very cool, Saddle Champ. Thanks, Mike. What do you think about the CV carburetor? I think Quadradread, I think the CV carburetor is a very fine piece of equipment. You know, my fail at trying to put a CV on this Softail, it wasn't the CV's fault. It was just I didn't know what I had when I got this bike. But now since I know what I've got, I know that the CV won't deliver to this bike what I know what it needs. Well, it might, but honestly, it's, you know, being what the motor is, somebody hopped it up. The Mikuni carburetor is the best thing for it, which is what came on it anyway. But the CV carburetor is a fine piece of equipment. I will swear by them. I know I bought a 2003 Super Glide, and I put over 100,000 miles on that motorcycle, and never had to go into that CV car. Never had to go into that CV, not once. So, and it's still running to this day. I sold it to a good friend of mine, and it's still running great today. So the CV carbs are awesome. In fact, you can abuse them a little bit. In other words, by letting them sit for a while and then fire them back up, and then they'll fire back up. Let's say, who else is that? What else is going on out there? Found you on YouTube a few days ago and watched every video. Love your channel. Thanks, Chaz. That's awesome. I can't believe. Let me give you guys a little bit of a reality. This garage here, it needs a lot of work, man. It's just about to fall down. Well, it ain't about to fall down, but it's pretty old, man. It's been built since the 80s, man, and it's got some things about it that need some definite work. Water gets into place if I don't sandbag it up when it rains. I got a pack rat or two that runs off with parts if I don't put them up, and I can't seem to catch them. Snakes get in here and eat the freaking rats, and sometimes I find a snake skin in the rafters, and one time I found a snake by my foot. It scared the hell out of me. But and then I work on my little contraptions here, and I can't believe I got an audience for this. This is pretty cool. Wow. I mean, I don't think much of this. I mean, again, on my last video, I don't know who you guys think I am, but hey, thanks a lot, man. It really good. I'm not going to say that. Anyway, that's pretty cool. I mean, you talk about contraptions. Check this out. This is... These are the engine cases off of the motor, the original engine cases off of the motor that came off of the Tramp. Just started this channel. After the Tramp was built, this channel started, and it was really about this bike. And the reason why, I don't know if you can see it, but up inside, if you can see that big old weld mark all the way inside of there, somebody welded it up because these cases were broken. But this ID, this ID right here for the counter shaft drive, I can't remember the name of the shaft, but for the transmission, it ruined the ID of it, and the thing was constantly leaking oil, so these cases had to be replaced. That was the birth of the Tramp. It started off with the engine cases needing to be replaced. And while I had the engine out, I decided, well, you know, since the engine's out, I'm going to go ahead and chop the frame in half and make a chopper out of it. It'd be the one-time chance of them all. So anyway, that's what I call contraptions, the things that I built that I didn't have a blueprint for. So anyway, I guess I don't know what else to say to you guys. Change the jet in this thing. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I got to set my main jet. One of the things you want to do on a carburetor is that once you redo your jets and stuff, you want to take a screwdriver and find your main jet and slightly run it down. That's it. This works on CD carbs, by the way. And you run it all the way down until you feel it stop. Alright, I felt it bottom out a little bit. You don't bear down on it because you'll ruin the aluminum housing. 1 3/4 turns. And then go from there as far as adjustments when I put this thing on the tramp. And that's 1 rotation. And now I'm at 3/4 of a rotation. I think that's about right. We'll find out whenever I put this thing on the tramp to get it running. So before I sign out, I'm going to look at some of your comments, and I'm sorry I couldn't answer all your comments. They just fly by, you know what I'm saying? And so if you guys have any questions, you know, stuff like that. Wish I had a garage. It's bad. We watch you because you're like us and we can relate. Keep it coming, bro. Thanks, Wayne. That's pretty cool. What else is going on? Wow, this thing has been going on for 43 minutes. Shoot, what time is it? Oh, shoot, it's 7:45. It's time for me to get in and take a shower. I gotta do, must be understood your post. He's not used to blogging. Yeah, I'm not used to blogging at all. John, it sounds weird with jet bikes. Keep it up, man. What state are you in? Harley Dave? I'm in Mississippi, South Mississippi that is. You're south of Lafayette. You're about 2.5 hours from me, I think. No, even less than that. You're between New Orleans and Baton Rouge, so yeah. Supper time tramp? No, just that time of day. I gotta work tomorrow. I gotta get in and get ready for tomorrow. I meant to say that you Joe. I meant to say you were such an awesome person. You gave me a Harley Davidson. Yeah, I don't know about awesome, Joe, but thanks anyway. Again, you guys check out Joe Thompson, man. He's pretty talented at building model cars and stuff like that. Good job, buddy. Thanks, Al. He was talking about Lafayette, Indiana. Oh, Indiana. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant Louisiana. Well, we ain't nowhere near being neighbors then. Evo or Ironhead? Well, Dennis, that just depends on what you want to do. You know, if you want to wrench on a Briggs & Stratton, then get an Ironhead. There's a satisfaction in having something like that, knowing that you got the thing running. You know, and that's the only... Grenada, West Indies. Thanks, Dale. All right, Joe. Love you too. And all right, guys. I guess this concludes my reality moment in my shop. And I appreciate all 111 of you. Dang it, the stupid connection. This is a new thing for me. I've never done something like this before. So you right? Bye now.